Hello and great afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Life Coach Tindy Hoya from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Relationship. This coaching conversation is for moms, wives, and women who are wanting to have a balance on healthy lifestyle and healthy relationship to a happier life. And my mission is to help women create that intention to make the decision to be the mom, wife, woman so that they can influence and make an impact to have a family that thrives in a safe mental and emotional space. So, great afternoon, everyone, and welcome here. Thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. Please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this session. You may also give some shout outs to people who you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message like, hello, Mayor Leonard Calles, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. And if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So for this afternoon, of course, I'm gonna be sharing with you about unclutter to increase connection. So what are the clutters that you have in your relationship that is affecting the output or that is affecting the quality of the relationship you have? And as they say, sometimes it's not what you add to a relationship that makes it great, it's what you subtract. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Pag-uusapan po natin yan ngayong hapon. And for those of you joining me for the first time, I am, of course, I am Life Coach Tindy Hoya. I am a certified co-active co-create life coach and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. I was previously an HR practitioner before I went full-time into life coaching. So I work in the corporate for more than a decade. So I started out as it's one of the biggest BPO in the country, and I started out as an agent until I transferred over to the HR department. Of course, I am a mom of two teenagers. They are now big boy and girl. My our daughter is now 19 and our son is turning 16 this coming September 15. So advance happy birthday to my son. I am also a wife to a certified life coach, and of course some of you know him. He's life coach Ron De Hoya. I am also a community manager, a public speaking scholar from the six step to six figure public speaking career training from Master Coach A. And I'm also a Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A, where we help you build tribes to reach your unstoppable dream. So if you are someone who's trying to put up or set up a your own tribe, your own community, all you have to do is message us and join us, and we would be happy to help you how you can start building a tribe of your own. And I am the creator and founder of a Woman's Epiphany coaching community. This is the tribe that I am trying to create or to raise, which is where I am helping to empower women so that they can come up into that space where they are able to really make the decision to for their family as a mom, a wife, so that they can be an able supporter of their partners. And in this coaching community, I help women, of course, create that intention to make the decision to be the mom, wife, woman, so that they can influence and make an impact to have a family that thrives in a safe mental and emotional space. Because I always believe that you have the power as a woman, you have the power to make a choice to be the mom, wife, and woman you want to be. So do not forget that design that God has given you. So for this afternoon, we're gonna be talking about clutters in the relationship. But before that, I'll give you something to think about. Do you know this movie? I know this has been matagal na 'tong movie na 'to, eh, and parts lang ang napapanood ko. Hindi talaga ako mahilig manood ng movie. I'm more into reading. So, but this one is known as The Water World. So, if some of you knows it, comment hashtag connecting on our chat box, and I'll tell you what is in this movie. Ano nga ba yung meron sa movie na to? Some of you may not really remember the movie Waterworld. It starred sabi nga ni Waterworld, tama yun, Mayor Leonard. So it starred Kevin Costner, and this movie never really took off. In fact, it cost $175 million to produce. So if you factor in yung marketing cost, it's gonna be around $235 million just to produce this movie. And to produce it, it took them 7 years to complete. 6 writers worked on the project, which included 30 drafts or 30 scripts, and it changed directors midway through filming. In spite of all the investment of money, time, and creativity, it failed. It only grossed $88 million in the box office. So that's a loss of $147 million. And in the movie standards, we call it a bomb. So instead of a blockbuster, it became a bomb. Another movie that we are gonna compare it to is the Casablanca. This is an old classic. I actually haven't watched this movie, although I know there are some downloads out there. And comparing it to the classic Casablanca, this movie only cost $1 million for the budget. And yes, it was in 1942, but if you compare it, it's still cheap compared to the standards then. And it was only made under a year. It had 3 weeks of rewrite compared to 7 years with Waterworld. And most didn't think the movie would do well, but it went on to become a film classic and won a ton of awards like Best Picture, Best Director, and yes, Best Screenplay. Technically, Best Adapted Screenplay since this was a stage version. So it's pretty impressive, right? From 7 years in the making to just under 1 year. So what made the difference? Why would a movie that cost $1 million become a classic while another with a 175 million budget bomb? Well, there are probably many reasons, but one is that is often overlooked is focus. And focus is a part of the relationship that we have. Waterworld used tons of great writers and concept editors. Every person on the team contributed something new, and the movie concept expanded dozens of times over the 7 year period. So when someone thought of something new to add, they worked to make it fit into the script. It went. So bawat suggestion, they would adjust the script. So new scenes were added continually. The end result was a mixture, a hodgepodge of concepts, ideas, and storylines. In contrast, si Casablanca, it used the principle of subtraction. So ito po yung pag-uusapan natin today. How do you subtract in the relationship instead of adding in the relationship? So yung concept ni Casablanca is instead of continually adding new ideas, they work on eliminating anything that didn't serve the main story. So they took out scenes instead of adding new ones. The end result, a clean, clear story that moved the hearts of people. And so there is a moral to this tale of two movies. So sometimes it is not what you add to a relationship that makes it great. It's what you subtract. Removing things often helps us focus. And oftentimes you will hear couples talk about all the things they're going to start doing together to make their marriage better. So this is actually the concept. Subtraction instead of addition in the relationship. So sasabihin nyo, bakit naman ganun? Eh di ba nga pag when you add something in the relationship, it becomes much better. Mas better yung relationship. But take a look at it. So dami ng gusto nyong gawin sa relationship. Did the relationship really take off? It's not only with your relationship with your partners like husband and wife. It's also about the relationship that you have with your parents, all the relationships that you have, even at work. So take a look, make an assessment of what are the things that you're, especially for couples, take a look at those things that you are doing in the relationship and think if it's really helping both of you to strengthen the relationship. Hello, Coach Lynn and Coach Marifa. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So let's talk about clutter. Di ba cluttered yung heart? What clutter, the kind you can see, is taking up precious space in your life, in yourself, in your relationship? Ano ba yung mga clutters na meron tayo sa mga relasyon natin? That's why at times, it's not helping us to really get a better relationship. So make an assessment. What are the clutters? Yung clutters na you don't see, hindi siya about the things that we see out there, but more of tinatag ni thank you, Mayor Leonard. Sabi niya, where are you na? Coach Nord, asan ka pa kasi? Makinig ka daw ngayon. So what are the clutters that you are having in your relationship, in your life, that is not making it any better? So what's a clutter? Clutter is anything that you don't love or need that takes space. Hindi mo naman talaga siya gusto, but it's there. Parang hinahayaan mo lang. In objects, a lot of objects, a state of being messy. Or in other words, a condition of disorder or a lot of objects that are in a state of disorder. So clutter means synonymous talaga siya sa disorder eh. So take a look at the life that you have right now. What are those clutters that you are allowing in your life? Especially those clutters that you can see that's taking up a precious space in your life, in your relationships. Medyo ano siya, no? Nung ginagawa ko nga to, napaisip din na, may clutter ba ako sa relationship namin ni Coach? Is our relationship being better because we are able to, kasi sometimes unconsciously, you actually allow clutters in your life. So let's deep dive into that. Here are some examples of relationship clutter. Or here are some examples of clutter. So relationship, are you holding on to something unkind? Example, relationship with your mother-in-law. May sinabi siya against you. Are you holding on to that? It's actually a clutter because it is in your brain. It gives you that irritation. Clutter po siya. Because you can't let go. You're allowing it to take space in your heart and in your mind. Time clutter. Are you running your kids all over the things that they have to do, like extracurriculars, leaving no time to have a family dinner together? Gusto mo ba na busy talaga yung mga anak mo, na lahat na lang ng activities sa school gusto mong pasalihin sila kahit online yan? Kasi gusto mo maging bibo, gusto mo may honor yung anak mo, gusto mo magkaroon siya ng award. So you allow it na minsan hindi na kinakaya ng bata. Or is your calendar so full for the next 2 weeks that you're not sure whether may time ka pa for your spouse and your kids? Kasi busy ka din sa office. Ikaw ba to? Hello, Coach Nord. Sabi niya, aha, I'm here po, Mayor. Anything I can do for you that you cannot do for me? Ang ganda ng tanong ni Coach Nord eh. Katawa sila. But really, take a look at your clutters. So sa relationship, are you holding grudges? Sa time clutter, are you allowing your space or your calendar to be so full na wala ka ng time for the family? Another is body clutter. Body clutter means you allow yourself to parang let's sleep 4 hours, 2 hours, pero wala ka naman baby. You're doing something in your body. na parang hindi na siya nagiging productive kasi nga, unless of course, yung tulog kasi is very subjective eh. Because there are people who are able to sleep for 4 hours only and yet they are productive. Pero kung ikaw na hindi sanay, pero wala ka naman talagang ginagawa, like you're just like scrolling on your phone before matulog. There's a term for that, bedtime revenge procrastination, and I'll be talking about that this Wednesday on Decaf Brewing Live. So I hope to see you there. We'll talk about it in depth. So, ikaw ba yung tipong natutulog lang 2 hours, 4 hours kasi nanonood ka pa ng Korean novela, nanonood ka pa ng Netflix, nagbi-binge watch ka? And another clutter is the mind clutter. Are you reading a book most of the time? And would you say most of the information you gather online is directly helpful to your real life? So are those things that you are reading helping you to grow? Or wala naman siyang direct impact sa buhay mo? Tama, di ba? If you've been following us, we have been talking about these mental models. And the upcoming mental model is the multiplier skills mental model mastery. So this is actually this will actually help the mind clutter kasi there's a lot of information that we see online, and there's also a lot where we can download free books on the internet. And are you able really to, lahat ba ng binabasa mo is helping you out? Yung mga nakukuha mo bang information helps you, directly helpful to your real life, or clutter lang siya? Parang binasa mo lang, tapos nandun lang siya sa mind mo. Kasi wala namang impact eh. Gusto mo lang for entertainment pero kahit nga entertainment, you get the lessons out of it eh. And it will do something to you. Pero paano pag wala? So, if you are someone na you're really wondering whether you are getting the right information or the breakthrough knowledge, join us this coming September 18 for the Mental Model Masterclass Multiplier Skills. And we assure you that it's gonna be very helpful. So just connect with any of the coaches that you are seeing now online. So those are the examples of clutters that we have. So make an assessment of the clutters in your life, in your relationship. Yung grudge is just an example. Madami pa tong example eh. So take a look at it. And then the time clutter, the body clutter, and mind clutter. And if you want it to be processed, just send me a message. Let's have a conversation. So, how do you make your marriage better? So why is it important to unclutter the relationship? Are you someone who is creating a lot of lists of what you will do in the relationship so as to make it better? For example, date nights, going out of town, having movie nights, having wine nights, ano pa ba? Yung madami kang list just to make sure that you are able to get better in the relationship. Yung parang you deepen it. Well, those are all good things, but many times they fail to achieve the results that you want. Because first, we tend to add too many things. It tends to produce relationship overwhelm pag madami kang gusto sa relasyon. And oftentimes, we have a habit of thinking addition is always the answer. If I just start doing this or that, things will get better. So we tend to add too many things. Well, doing new things to enhance your relationship is not wrong. In fact, it can be inspiring. The problem only occurs when we add too many things. And too many things added to our plate is actually counterproductive. We get spread too thin, so we do not excel at any of the things we do. So kung marami ka nang i-add, paano mo ma-accomplish lahat ng nasa list mo? Kasi ang dami mong gustong gawin. And how about your partner? Kaya ba ng partner mo na gawin lahat yon na mga gusto mo? So, oftentimes, it results to unmet expectation. At nagiging clutter lang siya sa relationship kasi nagkakaroon ka ng grudge. And then second nga, yung time hindi kinakaya. So, dadaanan mo ulit yung 4 na example ng clutters. Second is adding too many things dilutes the effectiveness of what we want to accomplish. So when we try to do too many things, we end up diluting all our efforts. In other words, as I've mentioned earlier, you spread yourself too thin. So instead of nurturing it, you end up hurting your efforts. Kasi nga sa dami ng gusto mo, hindi na minsan nasa-satisfy yung expectations. Third is adding adding causes overwhelm. Yung already stretched out ka na eh. You're stretched too thin between work, your family, your household chores, and if you have still small children, raising children, and trying to have me time. And it's difficult to really squeeze the time. And at times, oftentimes, hirap ka na nga din to really give time to yourself. So, thinking about ways to make marriage better can feel like another thing to the calendar. Adding another thing to the calendar. So, pag naglilista ka kung ano mga gusto nyong gawin, at times, parang andyan lang siya, naka-calendar lang. The fact is, the goal is not more of activity. It is a deeper connection yung hinahanap. So, the important thing is removing things from the calendar is often the best course of action because it eliminates overwhelm. Bawasan muna natin. Let's focus muna. Yung example ko nga kanina, yung sa movie, the Waterworld, it's known as the Waterworld fiasco. It's because they allowed so many things to be input in the movie na adjust lang sila ng adjust. Kaya minsan, hindi na nila nagagawa, hindi na nakapag-focus sa story. Kaya hindi siya naging blockbuster. And fourth is, adding too much brings confusion. So, too much change to your schedule can cause confusion. Kasi sa dami nga ng nilagay mo, hindi mo na alam ano ba yung uunahin nyo. And remember, we get used to doing things a certain way, and it can be emotionally taxing to start adding. Confusion creates frustration. To remove frustration, simplify your life. Start by focusing on one thing that works and give it your attention. So the best option would be, bawasan natin yung mga nakalista mo dyan. Whether it's a relationship clutter, a time clutter, bawasan natin. And let's just focus on one thing that works. And once you have created a habit out of it, then saka ka pumunta sa next. Para mas maganda. Kasi kung halimbawa, deeper connection lang naman usually ang need natin in the relationship, especially between our spouse, you have to focus on the things that can really enhance that deeper connection. Adding a lot of activities might not kasi mapapagod lang kayo parehas. So, it's really important to unclutter the relationship. The principle of less is more applies to marriage. It is not the volume of things we do that impact our lives. It is the quality of the things we do. Wala siya sa dami ng gusto nating gawin, but it's really more on the quality that we have with each other. So I'll give you some how clutter destroys relationship. Clutter destroys relationship because it gives you generalized stress. What does it mean? You're never able to relax. So when you're unable to relax, it is stressful. And of course, we all need a space where we can unwind and feel chill. So if your partner is constantly stressed by your clutter rather than finding the home relax, ito naman pag physical na yung ang daming clutter sa bahay, like ang dami mong appliances, hindi naman ginagamit, basta gusto mo lang, it will not also help in the medyo physical na to eh. So it will actually, the clutter that you see will actually overflow into every other part of your relationship. And this might manifest itself into arguments about unrelated topics. Kasi mainit na ang ulo mo kasi yung clutter, it does something really in the brain. So let's be real. If your partner is feeling stressed, you probably are too. So that means your clutter habits are not only affecting your spouse, but is creating a stressful environment for you as well. So do some changes in your organizational methods so that you can both feel a whole lot calmer. It can also lead to arguments pag madaming clutter. Clutter is probably a frequent topic of conversation. In fact, in one form or another, it is probably the primary point of discussion. So when those discussions move to arguments, frustrations arises. And at some point, the issue could be a breaking point for the relationship. But you can work towards solving this point of contention through conversation. So all you have to do is lower the defenses, be willing to admit that maybe you have a clutter problem. Sabi ko nga kanina, di ba, clutter is not just the things that you see physically, but also what are the clutters in your relationship. It could be the tolerations that you have. What are the time clutters? May time ka pa ba to really have a me time or yung solo time with your partner? Ano nga ba yung mind clutters? What are those things that you have been reading na gusto mo i-apply lahat sa relationship? So take a look at that. Make an assessment of the clutters that you have in your life. And of course, it can also lead to feeling disrespected. So when your partner asks you to respect their wishes about clutter, like kung may clutter talaga, you have to talk about it, yet you're not able to, then this will also affect the relationship. And of course, fatigue. Clutter carries weight. Evaluate how you feel in your space. Are you relaxed? Can you stay focused? Okay lang ba pag nasa bahay ka? Parehas ba kayo ng feeling na you are both relaxed and focused? Or mas lalong matindi? Lalo na ngayon na parehas lang talaga kayo nasa bahay. So, how are you making the necessary decluttering in your space, in your relationship? And focus shift. Take a moment to visualize how you want to spend your day. Because at times, when there's too much in the schedules that we have, it's not gonna help you focus. And it will affect as well the relationship. Kasi cluttered ka din eh. Ang dami mong dapat gawin. At minsan, your partner requires a time na kahit 5 minutes, 10 minutes, pero hindi mo maibigay. You can't focus. Then that's also gonna be why it will destroy the relationship. And of course, financial problems. Clutters can be financially destructive. Disorganization results in things getting lost or buried. So, kung physical naman pag-uusapan natin, ano ba yung mga bagay na binili nyo and all, pero hindi nyo na mahanap, hindi nyo magamit kasi hindi nyo na nga nakikita. So, it will also cost kasi tumatama din siya sa finances, di ba? Binili nyo pero hindi magamit. So, take a look at all these things and check out whether you are having the clutter is affecting your relationship in these areas. I'll give you some tips or how can you tidy up your relationship? Of course, first is remove criticism and resentment. What we say to each other, how and what we communicate determines the level and quality of our relationship. So if you and your spouse have a habit of criticizing and complaining, you reduce your relationship to a problem that has to be solved rather than an adventure that needs to be lived. So what you can do is restart your marriage by approaching disagreement and conflicts calmly and constructively. Before you say something hurtful that you don't mean, take a break from the conversation if you find yourself becoming angry. Paano ba tayo dumadating sa criticism and resentment? Pag madami tayong clutter, relationship clutter, madami kang grudges that you're holding kasi ang dami mo ngang demands, pero hindi niyo pinag-uusapan, nagiging grudge mo siya, nagiging clutter lang siya kasi ang daming unmet expectations, which results in you complaining, resenting your partner, and criticizing. So take a look at those grudges that you're holding. Take a look at those relationship clutters and have a conversation. That's one of the ways that you can tidy up your relationship. And of course, it's a process. We have a lot of life coach here joining us. So if you want to help in that aspect where you can really make an assessment of your clutters, then connect with us. We'd be happy to support you. Just send us a message at 0917-586-1661 or Life Coach Philippines. Second is stop unreal expectations. 'Di ba? Hindi naman laging masaya ang relationship. There will really at times be struggles. In one of the reports presented by Ohio State University, it notes that there is a negative effect of social media on relationship. It says that a common argument is that social media makes the world more open and provides a connection to the world. In the words of Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, social media leads to the empowerment of people. This may be true, but at what cost? Instagram has positive aspects such as exposure and community, but it also builds an unrealistic expectation for day-to-day life that slowly deteriorates the mindset of youth and adults alike. So in your relationship, what are you seeing online or in social media that affects your relationship, that makes it a relationship clutter or a time clutter, mind clutter as well, and body clutters? Stop unreal expectations. Minsan kasi pag nakikita natin online, especially in the social media, parang gusto natin gayahin lahat, no? Ay, buti pa sila laging nagde-date. Date din tayo. Eh, paano nga kung hindi ganun ka, hindi naman sweet, but it's more of very prim and proper ang partner mo. So, hindi siya sanay na ganun, na parang you have those date nights. Iba yung love language niya, pero pinipilit mo. So, take a look at that. Those unrealistic expectations, check it out. That's one of the ways on how you remove the clutters in your relationship. And third is stop assuming. Assumptions run rampant in relationships. Sabi nga namin, graduate ka ba ng assumption college kasi ang hilig mo mag-assume? At times, we assume our spouse is mad if they have a bad day. We assume that they lie if we misunderstand something they say. We assume the worst in spite of a clear evidence. So assumptions destroy communication. The best way to let go of assumptions is to ask questions so you understand what is being communicated. Kasi magiging clutter din siya. Pag madami kang assumptions tapos hindi mo kini-clear out, nagiging relationship clutter siya eh. Kasi andun ka ulit, babalik ka sa point na you will have those unmet expectations, ang dami mong grudge, nandun lang lahat sa mind mo na bakit ganito yung asawa ko, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So take a look at it. Stop the assumptions and talk about it so as to declutter your relationship. And finally, remove old patterns of behavior. Well, we all have baggage we bring into the relationship. Unfortunately, our past affects the way we see our future. This is why it is important to get rid of the baggage in your life so you can enjoy your marriage and create a better future. And oftentimes we tend to operate on predefined programs that runs in our life. Just like how a computer operates based on the programs installed on it. Our reactions, our opinions, and beliefs are the products of what has been programmed into our mind. So to change your actions, you need to begin by changing your belief. And starts with a habit so that you can change it. And sabi ni Coach Lynn, wag mag-assume para hindi masaktan. Tama. Wala dapat kasing assumption. Pero, guilty din naman ako dati, may mga assumptions din ako sa relationship. Lalo na pag hindi namin meet yung expectation ko, dapat ganito siya. Dapat kilala niya na ako, dapat alam niya na kung ano yung gusto ko. But, lagi nga sinasabi sa akin ni Coach Sean, hindi ko nga alam kung anong gusto mo. Kasi pwedeng ito yung ginawa ko pero hindi mo din gusto. So you have to tell me kasi hindi ako, sabi nga niya, hindi kami manghuhula. Ayan. So, are you connecting? Hello, Coach Joanna, Coach Glacy. Thank you so much for joining. So, yun siya. And, hello, Coach Marife. Thank you so much. So, yun po. Take a look at the relationship that you have. What are the clutters that you are allowing in your space? Whether it's a relationship clutter, a time clutter, a body clutter, or a mind clutter. make an assessment, and change your actions so that you can begin a new habit that's gonna make your relationship better. So thank you so much everyone for joining me this afternoon. For those of you, if you want to have a conversation with me, you can connect with me at 0917-806-4200. You can also send me an email message. And of course, you can join me in my Facebook group. That's a Woman's Epiphany Coaching Community. Thank you so much. And of course, I'd like to invite you if you're someone, if you want to discover yourself, regain the lost self, you have lost your momentum and your passion, join me again for the rerun of the Regaining Me Coaching Workshop. This is all Sundays of from September 19 to October 24 at 7:30 p.m. Connect with me at 0917-806-4200 and let's have a conversation. So what does this program do? Ikaw ba yung dumating ka na sa point na you felt burdened or burned out, na parang nag umikot na lang ang mundo mo sa umikot na lang ang mundo mo sa pagiging nanay at asawa, and it's like you're looking for something, then this is for you. If you have dreams but you think you're selfish kasi may anak at asawa ka na, who says na magiging selfish ka? And you wanna really create that life so that you can be a better mom, a better wife, then join me. This program is for you. And have you lost yourself in the process? Parang hindi mo nakilala yung sarili mo mula nung nag-asawa ka. Kasi your life revolves only in the family. Then it's time to get back the self that you want. You can only give so much. And for you to start working on that, regain yourself. So join me here in Regaining Me, a 6-week journey to discover and regain yourself, your momentum, and your passion. And of course, as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be a part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So for this month's Mental Model Masterclass, join us here. We're going to be having the Mental Model Masterclass for multiplier skills. And if you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card and you are still missing all the perks that we enjoy, today is the best time for you to take action. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society, the tent maker of Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. Enjoy 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic and get the full access to the Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A, which happens every third Saturday of the month, plus benefit from the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And this is a great perk, you know. Last month we just talked about the polymath, and we have a worksheet that we have to answer. And with the coaching session, I was able to discover the competencies that I have and the combination of the competencies so that I can create a product or an idea, which I can later on monetize. So this is actually something that you can do. So if you're looking for improvement, self-improvement, you want to learn something new, the best option for you is to study the mental model. Learn how your brain works. Pag may awareness ka, mas madali kasi mag-decision eh. Kasi alam mo na, ganito pala ako mag-isip. So you have that awareness and you're able to correct yourself. Pag teka lang, bakit ito yung naisip ko? And that's gonna help achieve the success that you want in your life. So join us this coming September 18. Master Coach A will teach us about the multiplier skills mental model mastery. In this masterclass, you will discover the scary truth behind the garbage in, garbage out principle in learning. So know how consuming the wrong information can make you more ignorant, fixed-minded, assuming, overconfident, and blind followers of pseudo-expert giving cheap jack advice. So learn what and how you should be learning so that you can experience accelerated success with less wasted time. So think about the mind clutters that you have. Are those things that you are reading helping you and impacting your real life, or they are just there, just clutter? So take a look at it. And if you want to know more, join us here this coming September. This is this coming Saturday. So may time pa po to enroll. Connect with me or connect with the coaches that is joining us now online. And of course, if you are also someone who wants to be a game changer like us, and you're now ready to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A now offers Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program. This is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21-day web-based learning. So, may online app muna po kayong kailangan i-access wherein you learn the foundations of coaching. Then, you also get a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, where we now talk about the concepts, the foundations, the models, and do some role play so that you can experience it. And after that, you get a 3-day live coaching business bootcamp with senior coaching team wherein we teach you now how to use your coaching, see it as a profession and monetize from it, and how you can create the market that you want to serve. So the program package also comes with many other bonuses. All you have to do is connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. And I know we have an upcoming certification this coming September. So connect with us so that you can join our next class. And of course, do not forget, every day we have the coaching think talk at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. So do join us again tomorrow for another coaching conversation with Coach Candy for coaching for mindful eating at 10 a.m., Coach Cherry for coaching for leap formation at 2 p.m., and Coach Rizal for coaching for purposeful living at 4 p.m. So do join us again. We have a lot that we offer you for the in Life Coach Philippines for coaching Think Talk. So see you again tomorrow. Once again, I am Life Coach Tindy Hoya from Life Coach Philippines for coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. See you.